So we're going to now talk about this concept of the meeting pulse. This is very aligned to the Rockefeller habits, what we've spoken about. This may give you just a little bit more clarity that it brings the team together for these meetings to enable you to really tune in communication, it's accountability, it increases traction, it improves results, and it really is an opportunity for you to bridge the gap to ensure you're moving towards your vision. It keeps everyone connected. It's very important that you have it on you get some consistency in this. So the same agenda, it starts on time, it ends on time, and you have an annual meeting where you really fill out the two-page form yearly, where the whole family and all your team go away and you set that company vision, you review you revisit the values, you revisit your core purpose, you revisit all the information that we've been covering, and you really get clarity on what your objectives and goals are for the oncoming year. And then you bring that back every 90 days. You have a meeting where and this could, I mean, this realistically, this could be a half day meeting, a 3 hour meeting at worst case, really, where you review that two-page document, you review the quarterly rocks, you establish the next quarterly rocks, you resolve any key issues, and then you bring it back to a weekly meeting. Now this says 90 minutes. Now you may be able to find that challenging, but you explore your numbers, how are the rocks going, you review the satisfaction. In your case, customers won't be applicable, but your employee satisfaction, and it's an opportunity for you to resolve the issues. So um, just a couple of little points on this. There's a fantastic tool here which I'll show you, which is a great addition to your weekly agenda. So you can review your scorecard, where you get people to a segue, which is people sharing their wins. You review your business scorecard, which we'll talk about soon. You'll review your rocks. Are we on track, off track? Remember, you've got that. You should have a folder where you've collated the rocks. You've got all this stuff put together in one area. Um, you review the to-do list from the previous week. Did they do it? Didn't they do it? You're not looking for excuses. You're looking for ownership. You discuss any issues that are coming up, and you've got an opportunity to prioritize those issues. I'll come back to this one very, very shortly, and then you can conclude. You can recap the to-do list, making sure everyone is clear on what they need to do, go over any key messages, and you can also get the team to provide a rating for that meeting out of 10, so the person facilitating that meeting has feedback. So you may or may not use this template. You can adjust this. It's going to be there for you. But there's a great little template over here as well, which is helping you identify the issues. And remember, just to explain it to you, you need to identify the issues. It just says here, the stated problem is rarely the real issue. You have to dig down to find the real issue. Don't move forward until you've clearly identified the real issue. And once you've identified the real issue, then move to discuss and stay laser focused on the real issue until it's solved. No tangents. So here's discuss. In an open and honest environment, everyone must share their thoughts, ideas, concerns, and solutions regarding the real issues. Discuss and debate. Everyone needs to get it on the table, but only say it once. If you say it more than once, you're taking up politics. Once everything's on the table and things are getting redundant, it's time for the solution. With the greater good in mind, the solution's always simple, though sometimes not easy and sometimes very hard. And then you want to move on to the solve area. It's important that you decide. Then it is what you decide, so decide. So it's very important you make a decision on a solution here, particularly the person facilitating this, typically the CEO or maybe the operations manager, whoever you choose to facilitate this meeting. The solution needs to be stated by someone until you hear the sweet sound of agreement. Remember, you're looking for a win-win here. Sometimes you'll have to go back to the discussion step after the solution's stated because they haven't truly solved it. Once everyone agrees, or at least can live with the decision, the action steps must be owned by someone and put on the to-do list, which then are confirmed complete in the next week's meeting. So it's very important that you're liaising with the issues and the information is collected on here, so an action item comes, which is the solution to that particular issue. So it could be someone's got an issue with the shed always being in a pigsty. The real issue is just blah, blah, blah is not pulling their finger. The solution is blah, blah, blah is going to make a concerted effort to pull their finger, not just in keeping the shed clean, but in all other areas. And once everyone agree, there we go, it goes onto the to-do list. Rule of thumb, on a healthy team, 8 out of 10 times everyone will agree with the solution. However, 2 of the 10 times they won't. And the integrator or the person running the meter will need to make the final decision. There needs to be a decision. You really still need to look for the win-win. So you can see the importance of this meeting pulse. Just to reiterate, 2 days yearly, half a day, 3 hours to a full day quarterly. We've spoken a lot about this. That weekly meeting will keep the real communication alive, consistency in your business. This builds enormous traction for you. See you soon.